I'm joined now by Ivan Anchev, co-chairman of the Atlantic Council of Bulgaria, and we're talking about the 7th snap elections here in Bulgaria, and they're ongoing as we speak. Ivan, thank you for joining me very much
today. Thank you for the invitation, I really appreciate it.
Yes, now for international viewers, for people that aren't looking at Bulgarian politics the whole time, a lot of people are wondering why can't Bulgaria choose a government? What is your simple answer to this?
I'm sure that from abroad this looks terrible. 7 elections in 2 years. Maybe, I hope not, but maybe election number 8 in next couple of months. So I'm sure this seems ridiculous. This seems even terrible from abroad. But the most simple question is that the politicians are thinking that their topics, the topics of discussions between them, are more important than the national interest, than the interest of the whole society, and they are taking the society into a hostage on their own politicians' views and agendas.
Mm-hmm. 6%, right? Trust in Bulgarian parliament is at an all-time low, just 6% of Bulgarians. Many people I spoke to say that there is no good choice whatsoever, so they don't even go to the polls and vote.
That's correct. I'm among these people. I voted in last 3 elections with I'm not supporting anyone, because the Bulgarian election code gives this opportunity. And I voted all the time since 1990, since the political changes in Bulgaria. So I truly believe that this is part of my citizen agenda. I must do this. But there is no player that I would like to give my vote to trust to. And according to the exit polls that I saw, this group of people of our society is going bigger and bigger. About 3 o'clock p.m., this part of the electoral vote was 3.5. I'm not supporting anyone. This means that a lot of people, a lot of citizens want to vote to express their citizens' rights, but they don't find a player who they could believe to. And this is a very important question that the politicians should take into consideration in the future.
Now, why do you think these elections are being viewed from abroad? Do you think these are important? Do you think they're looking at these elections in Washington, in Brussels, and in other capitals around Europe?
I think it's important because we are living in a very fragile world right now. We are living in an extremely important part of the world. This is the southeastern flank of NATO, and we are on the eve of very important events that will take place. I'm sure about this. And none of our allies needed to have an ally. I'm talking about Bulgaria, with a fragile government or with another government that is a caretaker government. So this is the will of our allies in NATO, in the European Union, finally to have a government that would stop these 2 years of not doing anything, unfortunately, in my country.
Elections in Georgia, of course, it's still being sorted out, but it looks like the Georgian dream has won over there. Do you have similar fears in Bulgaria that pro-Russian parties...
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And we saw in Georgia yesterday, in Moldova one week ago, and unfortunately in Bulgaria the pro-Russian political narrative is still very strong. Myself as a co-chair of Atlantic Council of Bulgaria, we are not a political party, we are just a political organization, like a think tank, like a public organization that is giving our thoughts and ideas how the society must go. We are really very much concerned on this rising Russian influence, not only in the Bulgarian politics, but in the Bulgarian economy, in the Bulgarian society, even in the Bulgarian government, I would say this. Again, according to the exit polls, we are still during the election day, so we do not have official results. But according to the exit polls, the political parties with pro-Russian narrative and messages would be between 30 and 40%. You understand how dangerous, even dangerous, not ridiculous, but dangerous, this could be for Bulgaria as a country, as a society.
They may have, these parties, we discussed this before our discussion here, but so you have several parties that could garner up to 40%, but can these parties collaborate or cooperate and work together?
I think no. I think no, because all the Bulgarian society obviously is voting, but at the same time the voting percentage right now is 25%. So this is not a clear picture of the Bulgarian society, because with election activity of 25% is not enough to say we have a real representation here. So from this perspective, I do believe that the pro-European part of Bulgarians are maybe staying at home, maybe they're just like me, not supporting anyone. And I do believe that if there is even some effort to put Bulgaria in a wrong direction towards against Europe as an idea, as a paradigm, it will be a very, very visible and significant public outrage, public output of these efforts. So this 40%, they are matter of concern, a real matter of concern, but this is mostly should be more a sign to the other political players that they must do anything. Otherwise, another political party easily can rise up from nothing and to take this part of the game. I mean, a political party with a very strong pro-European narrative, with a very strong pro-European messages, very strong transatlantic messages, and at the same time political party who is that is saying what is the role of Russia in the Bulgarian history and Bulgarian society, not in the last 10 or 20 years, but in the last 150 years. I think that a huge part of, or at least one very significant part of the Bulgarian society that is believing in these ideas that I just mentioned, they are not presented in the current political gamers right now.
How to overcome this political impasse, if you will? Is there need to be somebody new to come on the scene? I think that's what you were alluding to.
This is something that I truly believe in, because it's not possible in 2 years with 7 different games not to find your player that would love to defend your ideas. This means that, of course, there will be new players very soon if they do not succeed to form a government, a pro-European government, this time for these elections, on these elections. If they don't succeed, and if the next elections are in sometime in early 2025, I'm sure there will be numerous new players. One player would be from the opposite side, another pro-Russian player that would say, I am the man, I'm the person, the party who will take everything that must be in the right way. And of course, this what just I mentioned, another pro-European, pro-Bulgarian, actually this is pro-Bulgarian party. It's not anti-Russian party, it would be pro-Bulgarian party, because everyone who loves Bulgaria must know what Russia did to Bulgaria in the historical perspective.
In terms of governance for Bulgarians, because a lot of us can't imagine what it's like for 4 years of not having a government. Are Bulgarian affairs being taken care of by these various caretaker governments?
No, we are just sleeping. We are just do nothing. We do nothing in the last 4 years. In 2018, we had the EU presidency, and then we were leaders on the Balkans. We had very good and bright initiatives on the Western Balkan countries. We gave them the European horizons and perspective, and since then, we lost totally our role on the Western Balkans. We allowed to other players on the Balkans. I'm viewing on Serbia specifically, to take the leading part there. we get worsened to the highest possible degree our relationship with North Macedonia. We succeed to get in not very good relations with a friendly country like Albania, because we stopped North Macedonia and Albania was a collateral victim of this stopping. And we lost everything in these 6 years since 2018. Something more. We didn't get any strategic movement towards our military equipment. With significant efforts, we succeed to buy 16 F-16 Block 70 fighter jets. At the same time, our neighbors from Romania, they do have 2 squadrons of F-16. They are looking for F-35. And I even don't want to compare what Poland did for these years. And I really admire all your governments. Doesn't matter which government, this one or the previous one, but once it's towards the national security, towards the defense of Poland and the allies, your country is very strong. And I want to admire, especially, I don't know him in person, but General Anchev, what he said maybe 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, this statement, I don't believe I've heard from a Bulgarian general, at least at this moment.
Which he said?
General Anchev said that even if Russia think about to attack on Lithuania, on the next second, not on the next day, on the next second, Poland will defend their allies and every single centimeters of Polish territory. Bulgarian society is extremely divided on this Russian topic. I don't want to use some not very polite words.
Well, during these caretaker governments, the war in Ukraine has broken out. How has that affected Bulgarian society and as well as these caretaker governments?
We did well, but we did well in, I would say, in not a very brave way. We helped and support our Ukrainian friends and allies. We brought them some very important weapons and ammunitions. But first, we didn't donate it to them. We didn't give them for nothing, just as a gift to a neighbor, although we don't have a common border, but it's a neighbor. We are living in the same neighborhood. We didn't give them for free. We made them to pay about these weapons, and under this triangle deals through another country that is going to Ukraine. So we tried to help them, but not to be visible that we help them, A, because we don't want Russia to get angry on us, maybe, it's a shame, but maybe, and B, because part of the society, of the political parties that were part of this coalition in that time were pro-Russia. So let's don't get them angry on us that we are supporting on Ukraine. So this dual status of such support is not productive, is not in the best way as I want as a pro-Western person to see it. Because we must know that Ukraine is fighting now, today, not only for their freedom, but also for our freedom as well. And I'm a very strong pro-Ukrainian supporter.
Ivan Anchev, co-chairman of the Atlantic Council of Bulgaria, thank you very much for joining me today and having this conversation.
Thank you for the invitation. I appreciate it.